Yo, what's up guys? Okay, so this video is basically going to be about just how OP Headhunter is and how much it really influences your character. So I'm about to transition my character from Inspired Learning to Headhunter, and I just wanted to kind of take you through the process, so you can kind of see really the raw power that the belt actually gives you. So at the moment, I'll just explain quickly the difference between Inspired Learning and Headhunter. So Headhunter, when you kill a rare monster, it takes all of the modifiers from that rare monster and gives them to you. So that can be generally 4 to 6 modifiers. Um, maybe less, maybe more on some different rares. Inspired learning will take one. So yeah, you've already got a huge difference in power here, and with two inspired learnings, you can take two modifiers, whereas Headhunter takes them all, obviously. So you've got basically three times the power almost on average of inspired learning jewels when you're using two inspired learnings and Headhunter. Um, Downside of Headhunter is it does take up your belt slot, but that's not a big deal because this build doesn't really worry about its belt slot too much. And a lot of builds don't really need the belt slot at all. So basically what I'm going to do is just show you exactly how many points you really need to invest to get Inspired Learning and how much you can refund. So at the moment I got 4.7k life. I expect that to go up massively. I'm going to have to take out my jewels here because I'm going to obviously be respecing a lot of these points. So at the moment I'm using this Stygian Vice, Darkness Enthroned. It's pretty good. It's basically a triple Abyss Socket belt. I'm going to take that one off and put the Headhunter on, obviously. And I can respec all of these points here. So already we have 7 points respect, which is a massive amount. And I'm going to respect these as well. And I can respec all of these because I had to take this cluster because I had an Inspired Learning in my other Dexterity socket. So as you can see that it's a 17 point investment for Inspired Learning versus no point investment for Headhunter. So what we're going to do with all those points is get a bit more damage over here, some crit multi, and now I'm just going to stack the hell out of life because that's what we really need here. So I'm going to grab all that. I'm going to grab these nodes here. I probably will be going Mind Over Matter because I do play with supports quite a lot. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just head towards the Silent Life wheel, which I can't get too much of, but it's the best next option. So yeah, basically on the next few levels I'll be taking all of this. And yeah, we should hit 6k life at least, maybe a bit more. And you'll also notice we still have these sockets unused, so we can put our current abyss jewels in the belt back in these sockets, which will take us up to 5.9k. So yeah, once I hit a few more levels, I should be able to get close to 7k with a bit better gear. My rings were pretty trash because I didn't have the dexterity and strength, but now I have it with the Headhunter, and we're looking like we're pretty much perfect in terms of like the character completion. So moving forward, where am I going to take the character now? I'm probably going to do a lot of experimenting. I'm not sure that this chess piece is the most optimal chess piece for the build. I think that the best chess piece is probably a Shaper or Elder chess piece, either that or a +1 version of what I currently have. I'm not a big fan of the Shock Explosion chest, even though it lets you run Taste of Hate. I feel like you do lose a lot of utility without the 7 link. However, I am really interested in getting a chest piece with the 4% life regenerated on kill. That seems really insane. The other thing I'll be working towards is the new Elder Jewel. I'm going to get the Hatred version of it because that gives you, I think, more elemental conversion as well as 2% at the maximum end base critical strike. So why is that overpowered? If you look at EK, it has a 6% critical strike chance. And the way critical strike works in this game is that that 6% is multiplied out by all of your multipliers, and it will give you a higher crit chance here. So at the moment, my main hand crit with EK is 40%. So if I add another 33% to that, I'll probably be at about, I don't know, somewhere around the 50 to 55% crit mark. And that's a lot of crit from just one jewel. And you also get the physical conversion on there as well. I believe that's what it was. So that's a very powerful jewel. I think it'll be quite expensive, but that's my next target. I'll also be picking up some Ventus Gambles for a bit more magic find, and I'll fill out more of my resist here so that I can kind of be a bit more flexible with which Abyss jewels I am using. Because currently I am using a lot of resist jewels so that I'm elo weakness capped. But then now when I get the Venters with good rolls on them, I can drop a few of those. And the things I'll be replacing that with is Abyss jewels with life on them and attack or cast speed on kill. So basically this will give me just more speed, more quality of life because I won't be staying in one place casting the whole time. So I'll be able to move around and be more mobile. Because as you can see, like if you're not, I gotta put my Ring of Blades jewel back in. That's right. That's why I have so much life. What I was gonna say, yeah, is if you're in Spell Echo, you're not able to move while you're casting. So the more cast speed you have, the safer you are. So that's a really good quality of life improvement. I will be looking at some of the other items in the game. I'm sure there are some ones that I have missed. But in terms of the character, it's pretty much done with the acquisition of Headhunter. And I'll be moving on to a new character relatively soon. I'm looking at Cosbury Discharge as another cool mapper. I think that would be very good on the Atoll map because the Atoll is one straight line, nothing to run into. And I think it's quite exciting, the idea of Cosbury with the attack speed on crit jewels. Like that's 7% on each jewel when you crit. And you can put the helmet on that, so that's 2, and then you can get a ton on your tree. If you go Scion, you can get 1, 2, 3, and then probably the one up here and here. So you could be getting like, I don't know, like 50 or 60% attack speed from those jewels if you get a lot of them. And then you can also multiply that by Insanity Gloves, and wow, you could be going seriously fast. We're talking like Sonic the Hedgehog down the map. You don't have to stop to cast or anything. So that could be fully insane. As for my boss killer, I'm probably going to go for some crazy high amount of ES, like 20k, maybe try and push 25k if we can. That might be a bit optimistic, but I'll see what I can do. I think I've got a build in there which without using Abyss Jewels that's on 14k, and Abyss Jewels is going to add massive amounts of energy shield because I think that build has like 340 or 30% ES on it. So yeah, apart from what we have, you can't really improve the character too much apart from what I said before. That Elder Jewel is probably very good. And if I do find anything else, I'll probably make a little post about it. But other than that, I think this is easily one of the best builds currently in the game. I might just run a quick map just to show you guys. I'm currently uploading another video, so it might be a bit laggy. But yeah, like, I couldn't recommend anything more for, yeah, it's going to be real laggy actually, for leveling. It's been an absolute pleasure. It scales very good with supports. The one problem with it is just the boss killing, but after you complete your Atlas, it's absolutely insane. So we got a pretty good map here. Perfect. So we got 4-pack size and breach. So yeah, as I was saying, like the bosses, it can be mitigated though with Ward's Mark we have here, and a decoy totem, which I don't currently have on because I was running with supports, which were running 2 for me. So yeah, we're going pretty fast. It's a nice, really, really smooth play style. Oh, we got a divine there. One thing which I didn't mention in my other video is these portals are treated as unique monsters. So when you're doing unique monsters drop corrupted items, they will drop 6 links. So you can actually manipulate your Atlas to actually have a chance at the portals on there. And what I mean by that is, I'll show you in a second after this map how you can flip the Atlas without actually doing the map, which is something I didn't put in my Atlas video, but is very important. This breach isn't too good actually. But yeah, we'll go over that and I'll show you how to really juice those sextant mods a little bit more than I said in that video, because those portals were dropping a lot of 6 links, which is super important. I will say though that in terms of power, there is a quite large difference between the power, but you will be able to be just fine with just 2 inspired learnings, like it's not a big deal. Quick update as well for the channel, I will be doing a lot more informational videos. You'll have a full like ultimate guide coming for sextant blocking and which maps to choose. It's probably going to be a pretty long video because I'm going to go over literally everything about the new Atlas and which one's best and worst and all that kind of stuff. But I think it'll be very worth your time watching because you'll be able to know absolutely all the ins and outs of everything in terms of the new Atlas. These go down kind of slow without a spell damage dagger, but that's okay. I've seen a lot of people asking, like, why do I still use Brightbeak even though I have all this money? Because Brightbeak just gives you more movement speed than the damage would be worth it. So I save more time moving around quickly than I would gain like killing these portals faster, if you know what I mean. Also with supports, it's not a big deal at all. You will just chop up those really quickly. So yeah, not a big issue. Pretty good map. So I'll quickly go over the Elder and stuff. So I just did an Elder map, as you can see. Atoll no longer has Elder on it, but that's not a problem. Because this map is completely surrounded by Elder influence, if I now go do a Dunes and clear it out, which I might just do just so that you can completely see how it works, Elder should move back into it. And if he doesn't, he will in the next few maps, if you kind of know what I mean. So I'll just actually I won't do it because I'll have to go and clear all that map and pick up everything. But yeah, it's pretty good. Look forward to all the new guides. Hopefully you guys learned something about like how good Headhunter really is, and I look forward to helping you guys out in the future. Thanks for watching, and make sure you have a nice league.